Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Beautiful afternoon for baseball in the Emerald City. The Angels last night had their hitting shoes on once again. 5 total home runs and evening up the series at a game apiece. And today from Safeco, it is the rubber game of the series. We welcome you inside Safeco Field and back to Angels baseball on Fox Sports West along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and it was certainly fun to watch once again. 5 home runs yesterday, as we mentioned. Second time this week, Gooby, that the long ball has been prevalent.
And they've been swinging the bat extremely well, especially in the first inning up here in Seattle. It's worthy of a Carlos Cam replay. Cole Calhoun got it started after Escobar was hit with a pitch. A 13-pitch at-bat for Cole Calhoun. 2-run home run, one of 2 home runs for him last night. Mike Trout, as usual, home run in the first inning, 4 of his last 5 games here in Seattle. And Albert not only hits 1, but he ends up hitting 2 home runs, passing Frank Robinson with the all-time home run list. The power was there, 6 runs in the first inning for the Angels against Seattle.
Now, Matt Shoemaker, the last 2 starts, has had some run support. Let's see if the Angels can support him. We'll talk about Shoe when we return to Seattle. This telecast of Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by Hyundai. Great deals on amazing cars are going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today. By Jack in the Box. Taste the all-new Brewhouse Bacon Burger today for limited time only at participating restaurants. By your Southern California Toyota dealers. By Mercury Insurance, on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by the Jeep Renegade. Find your inner Renegade and reach your highest potential with an EPA estimated 31 highway miles per gallon. For the final game of the three-game set between the Angels and the Seattle Mariners, Matt Shoemaker's on the mound for the Halos. And Gooby, last time out against Seattle, he was very good.
Yeah, he had all his spots in that game. Take a look at our tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. Back on August 18th, Matt Shoemaker. You talk about hitting spots. Him and Jet Bandy worked extremely well as far as using those four quadrants of the strike zone with a fastball command upstairs with that, be able to get swings and miss, but also had an outstanding split finger fastball, downward action on the splitter. That's so important for Matt Shoemaker, and also mix in some breakables, whether it was a slider or curve, but excellent 7 innings, has won 3 in a row, looking for his 4th straight victory here today.
It's a battle of off-speed stuff. Hisashi Iwakuma on the mound for Seattle. We're just about ready for baseball in Seattle. Sit back, relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return.
I need one of these for me.
This three-game set between the Angels and the Seattle Mariners. Halos trying to pick up a series victory before heading down to Northern California to take on the Oakland Athletics for a three-game set beginning tomorrow afternoon. We hope you're enjoying your Labor Day weekend. It's certainly a beautiful day for baseball here. The roof open once again, and the Mariners have taken the field. So we will check out Mike Scioscia's starting lineup for the Halos with the victory last night. Now at 60 and 75, they will have Cole Calhoun leading things off in right field. Escobar not in the lineup today after getting hit with the very first pitch of the game last night. Mike Trout at center field. He'll bat second. Pujols at DH. C.J. Cron, the cleanup hitter, at first. Andrelton Simmons, the birthday boy, at shortstop. Jet Bandy behind the plate. Cliff Pennington, the second baseman. It's Rafael Ortega getting the start in left field. He'll bat eighth. And Caleb Coward is batting ninth and playing third base as they take on the 35-year-old right-hander native of Tokyo, Japan. His name is Hisashi Iwakuma.
Iwakuma has been very good against the Angels here at Safeco, 6-1 with a 2.14. My go-tos, though, to be successful against Iwakuma today is elevate all pitches. That means his fastball, split finger fastball, even slider, bring them up in the strike zone, then bring them to the middle part of the plate. He pitches on the outside part of the plate a lot. Of occasional throw inside, but most times he's going away. Bring them to the middle to be successful.
Take a look at the defense for Seattle this afternoon. A little different lineup today on the on their last game of the series. Smith, Martin, and Gamble from left to right. The infield with Seager, Marte, Cano, and Lindover at first base. And Chris Iannetta behind the plate today.
And Lindover at first base will be making his 73rd start at first base. He's committed 4 errors at 134 starts last season at first base for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Angels last night with a 15-hit attack, a 10-3 victory, knocking the starter Taijuan Walker out of the game in the first inning. Walker lasting just 2/3 of an inning, giving up 6 runs. Enough for Tyler Skaggs to pick up his 3rd win of the season. Shoemaker has been the beneficiary of some run support in his last 2 starts. See if the Angels offense can keep it going here today. .269 average for Cole, 15 home runs, 64 runs batted in. 2 for 4 game with the 2 home runs, had 3 total RBIs as they play the shift on Calhoun. The first one this afternoon is just outside for ball 1.
Iwakuma's fastball is going to be 86 to 89. Slider, cut fastball, curveball, and very good split finger fastball.
Pulled foul.
Cole had that real impressive at bat in the first inning after Escobar was hit. 13 pitch at bat before eventually hitting a 2-run home run. One of 2 home runs. The second home run went way out over the 380 sign in right center field for Cole. Multi-home run game, 15 on the season.
Second time in his career Cole has had a multi-homer game. Takes inside. Ahead of the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ramon De Jesus calling the balls and strikes today. Larry Vanover, the crew chief, at first. David Rackley at second. Alfonso Marquez over at third. Popped him up. Shallow left field. Seth Smith comes in. 1 out.
Hyundai key for this team to be successful. Going a little Allison change. I stay away. Again, look for pitches on the outside part of the plate consistently against Iwakuma today. Gonna have to use the big part of the field, even go the other way to be successful, especially with the long ball. He will make a mistake on occasion on the inner half. Has given up 24 home runs in 166 innings pitched.
Trout looked like he thought about jumping on that first pitch. Takes a strike. Mike ended up going 3 for 5 last night, falling a double shy of the cycle. Home run he hit last night is 27th. Had 1 RBI. 88 runs batted in now. That misses in. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Average fastball for Iwakuma this season, 87.7 miles per hour, which is the 2nd slowest as far as the average fastball in the majors this year.
This is pulled to short. Trout reaching for it. Marte will throw him out. 2 down.
Some pretty good cheers to get Mike Trout out in the first inning here at Safeco. For the last 5 games, home runs for Trout here in this ballpark.
Two quick outs. Nobody on base for Albert Pujols. Halos in the first 2 games of this series scored a total of 10 runs in the first. They dropped the opener Friday night and of course picked up the win last night. .264 average for Albert. The multi-homer performance last night. Now 28 home runs. 106 RBIs. He drives one out to deep left field. He's done it again. Seth Smith back at the wall. Gone. Big fly for Albert Pujols. He is on a roll. 29th of the season, and the Angels have a 1-0 lead.
Well, you make a mistake to Albert Pujols at this moment, the way he's been swinging the bat with the power stroke he has going, it's going to go a long way. Amazing numbers when you think about it for Albert Pujols in the first inning. Now 134 career home runs in the first inning. Had one last night and one here today. Now 589 career home runs for Albert. Looked like a split finger fastball that stayed up in the zone and way out of the ballpark today for Albert. Albert stands alone now, all-time list as far as home runs in the first inning. 134 career home runs in the first.
And Crow launches one out toward right center field. Martin racing back. He's at the wall. Gone! Back-to-back jacks. 2-0 Halos.
Is it mandatory for you to say that in the first inning against Seattle here in this ballpark, or what? Amazing what the Angels have done here in this yard in the first inning as far as the big fly. C.J. Cron, 15th home run, 61 RBI going the other way. It's the second home run for C.J. Cron against Iwakuma. Homered off and back in April, going the other way. Impressive swing by C.J. Cron. Continues that hit streak for him.
10-gamer now. Simmons chops this one to Marte, and that's the third out. But the Angels make some noise here in the first, as they have in the first 2 games of the series. Albert Pujols with his 29th, C.J. Cron with his 15th, and the Angels take an early 2-0 lead. First inning, Pujols and Cron going back-to-back as we check out Scott Service's lineup for the Seattle Mariners. 12.5 back in the West with a 69-66 record. They will have Ben Gamble leading things off at right field, Seth Smith at left, Robinson Cano at second, Nelson Cruz at DH, Kyle Seager at third base. Adam Lind has been an Angel killer this year. He's at first base. Leonis Martin in center, Chris Signetta behind the plate, and you've got Ketel Marte batting ninth and playing shortstop. Taking on Matt Shoemaker. He's making his 27th start of the season, 9-13 with a 3.91 ERA.
Well, when you look back since May 21st, has been very, very good. ERA 2.86. Shoe has won 3 in a row. My go-tos for Shoemaker to be successful today. Good strikes. That means he throws a lot of first pitch strikes, but locating that well in that downward split, not at that lateral movement, but straight down to get some swing and miss against some tough lefties in this lineup.
Gamble 2 for 14 at the major league level, playing in his third game with Seattle. He's being acquired from the Yankees system. International League MVP for New York. There's 1 RBI. And a couple of fine defensive plays last night. 1 in left field and 1 in right field into the corner, robbing C.J. Cron of extra bases. Ended up going 1 for 3 last night with 2 walks. Matter of fact, Gamble's picked up 4 walks in the first 2 games combined. That leadoff spot. Foul tipped into the mid. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gamble this year, AAA at 308, had 6 home runs and 51 runs batted in. Brought over on August 31st. 2-2, down he goes. Good off-speed pitch, and there's the first out. Check out the halos on the defensive side of things. You've got Ortega in left, Trout in center, Calhoun in right. The infield with Coward and Simmons on the left side, Pennington and Crone on the right, and Bandy behind the plate.
And Ortega getting that start out in left field in a spacious ballpark. It's safe go field. 6 outfield assists this year, most by any outfielder with fewer than 40 games played. Outstanding accuracy and strong throwing arm for Rafael Ortega out in left field.
Smith, a .257 average, 11 home runs and 49 runs batted in. Starting at left field today. He wanted appealing, did not go. 1 ball with strike.
Here's the thing about that out in left field today, Victor, for Ortega. That's the 19th different starter in left field since the start of last season for the left field position for the Angels.
Been a revolving door for sure. 1-2. Pulled foul. Count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes.
10 left fielders last year, 9 left fielders this year, all different. Amazing. Still searching for that consistent player out in left field.
Shoemaker coming off a win against Cincinnati. 2 runs, 7 hits, 7 innings of work. 3 straight wins. It's Seattle, Toronto, and the Reds. 1-2. Upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Halos have actually scored 23 total runs in those 3 games for Shoe. Something that had been somewhat non-existent for him prior to that as far as run support. Smith goes down swinging, back-to-back strikeouts, 2 outs.
Pretty good velocity and movement, late movement on that fastball from Shoe. And then that went upstairs. And that's against a hitter that's had some success against him. Seth Smith, .353 batting average with 2 home runs, but that late movement and 94 gets a swing and miss.
So 2 outs, nobody on. Robinson Cano up. Cano will look at his strike. Mariners second baseman hitting .302. 30 home runs, 83 RBIs. Picked up his 30th double last night. He'll shoot one out the left field. Ortega racing back. He's there on the track, puts it away in a 1-2-3 shutdown inning for Matt Shoemaker. 2-0 as we head to the second.
Nothing here in the top of the second. Let's go back to our little Honda helpful moment. Jeff Bandy against Iwakuma back on August 18th. Goes yard. Way back to right field against Iwakuma for Jet Bandy. Same game in which Shoemaker got locked up against Iwakuma. Looked like he was trying to do that again.
Bandy, Pennington, Ortega for the Angels here in the second. Jet had the night off last night with Carlos getting to start behind the plate. 249 average, 8 home runs, 23 RBIs for Jet. This is on the right side. Cano not going to get there, and that's a base hit.
Yeah, once that got by Iwakuma, that was going to find its way into the outfield for a hit for Bandy.
It's been a while since he had a hit. Long stretch for him. Since August 25th when he went 1 for 4. He's been hitless since. Good to see him get on the board. Lead off single. We'll bring up Cliff Pennington.
He just needed a helpful moment to get him going.
And that streak 0 for 19. Cliff Pennington last night took over for Escobar after he got hit by a pitch. Ended up playing second base with Coward moving over to third, and Cliff picked up a double last night, going 1 for 4. 210 average, 4 doubles, a couple of triples, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs. Evens a count and a ball and a strike. Iwakuma, his last start, gave up 5 runs on 6 hits, lasting just 3 innings. He's lost 3 straight. He's never lost 4 in a row at the major league level. That one catches the outside corner, 1-2. Short lead for Jet at first. Halos with back-to-back home runs by Pujols and Cron in the first to take a 2-0 lead.
He's had a good downward action on his split finger fastball. Both Iwakuma and Shoemaker, very good splitters. Although Shoemaker throws quite a bit more than Iwakuma. Iwakuma average around 18% of his pitches will be split finger fastballs. Shoemaker at 37%.
2-2, and this one's popped up behind the plate. Cal remains at 2-2. Iwakuma making his 4th start against the Angels. Took the loss on the 18th. You know, he gave up just 3 runs, 2 earned. Those 7 innings. Pennington goes down swinging for the first out. Hey, Star Wars night coming up this Friday at 7:05. The Angels will be taking on the Texas Rangers, and you can receive a Stormtrooper Rally Monkey while supplies last. Just go to angels.com/promotions to get your tickets. One out, one on, and Rafael Ortega at the plate. First start of the series for Rafi. .223 average. 5 doubles, a home run, 9 RBIs. Slaps it foul.
We're just watching Ortega when he's taking batting practice. No batting practice today, but yesterday, how he allows the baseball to travel in the strike zone, deep in the strike zone, well, and very good trust in his hands. Very good as far as hitting the ball the other way, especially left center field.
The 25-year-old playing in his 41st big league game with the Angels this year. 78 games at AAA Salt Lake. Bandy's on the move. This one up the middle. Cano. Glove flip to Marte. How about that 4-6-3 double play? We'll head to the bottom of the second with the Angels up 2-0. Nothing lead of Robinson Cano, showing why he is such a good, solid defensive second baseman.
And that's something you practice on when you're able to catch that with the glove and flip it, and a good flip with this the glove, no hands used at all, over to Marte to be able to complete a 4-6-3 double play. You don't just happen. That doesn't just happen. You have to work at that play, and Robinson Cano is so smooth that second base position.
Shoemaker had himself a 1-2-3 first with a couple of strikeouts. They'll get Cruz, Seager, and Lind here in the second. First pitch is strike. Nelson was homered in back-to-back games. 34 home runs on the year. 81 runs batted in. He had missed a couple of games last week for Seattle after getting hit by a pitch last Sunday in Chicago. Just 2 hits in the series, but he's made them count. One and 2. Cruz didn't like that call.
Definitely got the strike zone.
Like Shoe's feeling pretty good about his fastball today. Two. Ground ball towards short. Simmons to his left has it. One down.
Good running action too. Not only is he feeling comfortable with that, the velocity is good, but the movement on his fastball especially when you as a club you're looking at the scouting reports. We talked about how many split finger fastball he's thrown during the course of a game. On the average 37% of his pitches, so they're looking split finger fastball, off speed against Shu, but he's been able to run the fastball with great action on it. 93-94. Charles Nagy very happy with that movement, and what a great role the Shoemaker has been on. Mentioned since May 21st. That's a long stretch. ERA well under 2, well under 3, I should say.
Kyle Seager takes ball 1. Our third baseman hitting .289, has 25 home runs, 86 runs batted in. A couple of hits last night, going 2 for 4. Three hits in the series. Shoemaker falls behind here 2-0. Matt pitching in his 5th game at Safeco, 4th start. Been just okay in this ballpark. 4.66 ERA, 15 strikeouts, and no walks though in those first 4 games. This is cut on a miss, high fastball.
Challenge him. 2-0 fastball. Upstairs, gets a swing and miss against Seager. Seager's been very good against fastballs too, especially 94+ mile-an-hour fastballs. 355 batting average in a fastball count, that at 93. Shoemaker got it by him.
2-1. Another fastball, 2-2.
And what we've seen over the progression of Seager's career, remember, more pull happy early on. Very good as far as going the other way. Robinson Cano influence on him, certainly a big part of that.
Full count.
And Robinson Cano to always have talked about his great swing he has. Hits the ball so well the other way. Seager the same thing now. If you go away, he will hit the ball to left field, left side of the infield.
Back upstairs to the fastball. So the count remains full. Here's Robinson.
I mean, think about it, if you're a young hitter on your, and he's one of your teammates, just watching his swing and his approach can only help you at the plate, especially as a left-handed hitter. He had a pretty good swing at that 94-mile-an-hour fastball. I wonder if we'll give it a shot in one of these pitches right here down that split finger fastball. Try to run that one down and away.
Seager's been on a tear over the last 24 games. 348 average. 3-2, and this is line back up the middle. And that got Shoemaker on the head. Oh my. A scary moment. That ball got him pretty flush. Gooby, we were at the Coliseum not but a couple of years ago, and was it Eric Ibar got Brandon McCarthy?
Yes. A lot of medical attention now going out to Matt.
Matt being tended to, and this is what happened off the bat of Kyle Seager. This is what happened moments ago.
And this is where the baseball hit Matt side of the head.
Seager just now making his way slowly toward Shoemaker.
This is one family. Baseball players all with concern for Matt Shoemaker as he gets to his feet here.
Good to see Matt walking off with some help. The Angels will make a change, and we'll tell you about that when we return. Off the right side of Matt Shoemaker's head, and Matt had to be taken out. So the Angels bring in Daelis Guerra, and Daelis will get as much opportunity as necessary to get ready here. Shouldn't take too long since he is a reliever and used to getting warmed up quickly. This will be his 34th game, 2-0 record and a 2.86 ERA. And he'll take over with one out and a man at first base.
Shoemaker giving the thumbs up as the fans were happy to see that here, and his teammates and Seattle players themselves. Like I mentioned before, it's one big family, this baseball community, and to see you be able to give the thumbs up and walking off, it's a positive to see from Matt Shoemaker.
Shift on with Adam Lind at the plate. Seager at first base, one out. The 2-0 Angels lead here in the bottom of the second. First action this weekend for Lind. He started first as Guerra's first one's in there. 230 average for the first baseman, 18 home runs and 52 runs batted in. He has hit 400 against the Angels this year, 14 for 35 with 7 RBIs. Good off-speed pitch. That's the bread and butter for Guerra. 0-2. Second appearance for Daelis in the series. Pitched 1 inning Friday night. Gave up a run. Cued toward third base. Coward. A little bit of a bobble there. They tried to turn the double play, and they got it, according to Larry Vanover. That's a pretty good play, started by Caleb Coward on a ball with a lot of spin. We'll head to the third, and the Angels up 2-0. Nothing lead. It'll be 9-1-2 coming up. Kyle Seager still had some conversation there with Ron Renicky between innings. Clearly upset about the ball that hit Shoemaker, knocked him out of the game. Has to be an uneasy feeling as the person that is the one that made contact with that baseball. Caleb hitting .261, 3 doubles, a home run, and 3 RBIs. He'll line this one and glove by Robinson Cano. Back-to-back innings now for Cano with the terrific defensive play.
And a former Gold Glove winner showing why Double play, turning in that range on that line drive. Another well-hit baseball by Cowart. Leaps up, catches that baseball as it's by him. An outstanding play by Robinson Cano. .997 fielding percentage amongst second basemen's tops in Major League Baseball. Healthy this year, showing that great range.
Colo for one with a fly ball to left. This is hit toward the second base area, but that's Ketel Marte, the shortstop, with the shift on, retiring Cole for round number 2. We'll bring up Trout. Mike 0 for 1. He grounded out to Marte in the first inning. Off-speed pitch, kind of slipping out of the hand.
It's that slow curveball that Iwakuma will throw. Doesn't throw a lot of them. It's a real slow one, in between 68 and 72 miles per hour with his curveball. Trout is 9 for 45. That's a 200 batting average career-wise. Versus Iwakuma.
Iwakuma, 14-game winner this year. 28th start for him. And not bad returns for a guy who had a deal in place with the Dodgers before it got nixed, and now it looks like he may have suffered an injury on that last pitch.
Looks like a either lower back or leg area. See if you notice anything on the follow through here. Looks like he's going to try to give it a shot.
Still grabbing. It looks like that right side of the upper leg. He kind of grabbed the area, but then he gives the old thumbs up like he's fine.
Yeah.
All right. 3 balls, no strikes. Pujols on deck. That is lined toward right field, and that'll slice foul.
Yeah, Trout doesn't swing often on a 3-0 count. The fastball, though, was elevated and looking away against Iwakuma. So he shook off a split finger fastball. Looks like he might want to come back to the curveball.
And there's a walk. First one issued by Iwakuma. It'll bring up Albert with a man on.
Now let's take a look what Albert Pujols to the plate in the driver's seat, brought to you by Kia. Albert Pujols, first inning home run, back-to-back games. Now the all-time leader with 134 career home runs in the first inning. Whole record was tied by Babe Ruth and Barry Bonds all time. Albert Pujols now at the top of that category. First inning home runs for Albert Pujols, 134.
Trout's on the move. First pitch, a throw down by Iannetta. A good one, and they get Trout for the third out. We'll head to the bottom of the third with the Angels up 2-0. Go head-to-head in the day's hottest sports topics. Undisputed with Skip and Shannon premieres Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 6:30 a.m. Pacific, only on FS1. We'll start the bottom of the third inning. Bottom third of the order coming up for Seattle. Martin, Iannetta, and Marte. Dale Lascara came in and finished off the second inning. Got a double play ball off the bat of Adam Lind. And will face Leonis Martin to start this third inning. Martin, a .240 average, 14 home runs and 41 runs batted in. Coward playing in over at third base. Martin has the propensity to drop down a bunt. Thought about it. Takes low. 3 hits for the Angels, 1 for Seattle. Off speed, yanked foul, 1-1. This was hit sharply to second. Nice play by Pennington.
That ball was scalded at him.
1 down.
What a play by Pennington. He's in that outfield grass, and then the reaction goes one way and then hit back the other way. Showing those quick footwork to be able to react with his hands to be able to make that play. Looked like he was fooled initially, thought that ball was going up towards the middle, then back, had to react and go back the other way.
Day games sometimes difficult in certain ballparks because you can't pick up the ball out of the stands. Chris Iannetta, the catcher, .214 average this year, 7 home runs and 22 runs batted in. breaking ball misses.
And Iannetta hitting .400 versus his former teammates this season. .359 overall in his career against the Angels for Chris Iannetta.
Yeah, this year 8 for 20 with a double and a home run. One and two.
Good spot with a fastball there from Guerra. Paints the outside corner.
Two-two's out towards center field. Chasing Trout back a little bit. 2 down.
You know, on a change up to the middle part of the field, you got to generate all that power yourself. Hit pretty well by Iannetta, but Trout able to run that one down just in front of the warning track.
2 outs, nobody on for Marte, the shortstop. .263 average. 19 doubles, a couple of triples, a home run at 27 RBIs. Marte last night going 0 for 4. A 3 RBI game Friday night. There's the 1-1. 1 and 2. Marte slaps one out toward left field. That is going to get down and go for extra bases. A fan just grabbed it. It's a double for Marte. It comes with 2 outs. This is his 20th double of the season.
Pretty good piece of hitting by Marte, just going with the pitch and going down the other way. It was elevated enough where he could hit that one down the left field line, stay back and let it travel. Doubles down the left field line off of Guerra. See this fastball, because it's around belt high, to stay with it, shorten up his swing, especially just trying to make contact, and a double down the line.
Top of the order now, Ben Gamble. Struck out in his first plate appearance, takes a strike. Brother of former big leaguer Matt Gamble, who played with the Brewers. And that changeup is on. It's devastating.
And the differential between the speed of his changeup, it's usually around 80. Fastball is 90, 91. Good separation in the speed of those two pitches.
Gamble will go down swinging, and the threat comes to an end. We'll head to the fourth with the Angels up 2-0.
And here's our top tier play brought to you by Arco. Albert Pujols. He split finger fastball from Iwakuma, stayed up middle part of the plate. Albert, home run. Number 29 is 134th career home run in the first inning. All-time record for the machine as he continues to swing back well. 107 RBI on the season now.
Takes a strike on the outside part of the plate, and that was nowhere near the strike zone. That's why Albert kind of gave Ramon de Jesus a glance back. 0-1 count. Mariners briefly had someone loosening in the bullpen after the last half inning Iwakuma pitched. Nobody warming as of right now. Doesn't look as comfortable as we'd like to look on the mound. This will be his 37th pitch. Albert cuts through it. 1-2.
And that's the one thing you look for as a manager and a pitching coach when you see somebody favoring a leg area, and all of a sudden you're going to drop your elbow, and all of a sudden your mechanics are a little bit different. You alter it, and you want to make sure, because he's had some issues with his arm in the past. You don't want to have that come into play here.
Albert hits one toward third, and it goes foul. Count remains at 1-2. Shift on with Albert at the plate. He'll be followed by Crow, then Simmons. The 1-2 off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 3 hits allowed for Iwakuma. Retired the first 2 batters to start the game. They gave up the back-to-back home runs to Albert and to CJ.
Well, Albert with that home run and RBI in the first inning, 57 RBI in his last 54 games. You're talking about someone that's been incredibly productive
Slider is cued foul.
And quite a few pitches. We've seen that throughout this series against Seattle pitching for Angels hitters. Generally, at some point, the pitcher's going to make a mistake, and the way Albert's swinging the bat right now, it could go a long way if Iwakuma does make a mistake.
Goes down swinging for the first out.
Came back with a very good slider there. Located perfectly. Albert unable to make contact.
There's TJ Crone. Extended his hitting streak to 11 games with his first inning home run. 15th of the year. 61st RBI. He went out to right center field. For his home run. He'll take a first pitch fastball for a strike. Oh, 2. Breaking pitch, and Crone will go down swinging. So back-to-back strikeouts. 2 down. And the Angels take on the Rangers on Sunday, September the 11th at 12:35. And fans in attendance will receive a patriotic baseball cap courtesy of Chronic Tacos while supplies last. Go to angels.com/promotions to get your tickets. Two outs, nobody on for Andrelton Simmons, who grounded out at his first at bat. 27 today. Swings first pitch, fouls one back. Just below us.
Frank White, Hawk Harrelson, Mike Piazza, all sharing the same birthday as Andrelton Simmons. Speaking of great gloves, Frank White, one of the all-time great as far as fielding second baseman. Simmons, an outstanding shortstop, multi-Gold Glove winner himself. What did Frank end up with? 8 or 9 Gold Gloves at second base?
Chopper left side. Seager has it. Halos down in order. And we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. It's still a 2-0 Angels lead.
Everyone heading to the bottom of the fourth inning. Halos still up 2-0 over the Mariners. They wrap up the 3-game series this afternoon here in Seattle. Just want to give you an update on Matt Shoemaker. Just was downstairs. It's been diagnosed as a laceration on the right side of his head. He's in good spirits. Teammates actually were heading into the clubhouse to pay their respects to him, say hello, make sure he was doing good. He had a smile on his face. He was responsive. He was alert, and he's been transferred to a local hospital for a CT scan. So once again, laceration right side of the head for Matt Shoemaker. He's in good spirits. He's on his way to the hospital, guys.
Thanks a lot, French. We appreciate it. And obviously, we hope everything turns out all right. And it's just that, a laceration and nothing more than that. It's good to see him walk off the field using his own strength and power with the help of Adam Neville and Rick Smith, the rest of the Angels training staff. Jose Alvarez takes over here in the fourth inning. The oldest Guerra goes an inning and 2/3. Gives up a hit and has one strikeout. He'll face Smith, Cano, and Cruz here in the fourth. No balls, 2 strikes. Alvarez pitching in his 55th game, 1-2 mark, a 3.58 ERA. He pitched last night as well. Worked one scoreless with a walk and a strikeout.
Starting to get a good feel for all of his pitches once again. His fastball has been solid. His breaking ball very good also.
He's gotten back to being aggressive, as was the case last year for him.
I think early on he was used so often it seemed like he lost a lot of velocity on his fastball, then lost the confidence of challenging hitters in the strike zone. Now he seems to have gotten that back, which is important for him.
Seth Smith 0 for 1. He struck out swinging in the first. Foul ball.
Looked like Jet Bandy wanted that fastball a little bit higher. It was in the upper part of the strike zone, that pitch. Hit 92, but he wanted it above the letters if he could.
This one into the shift. That's Pennington from the outfield grass. 1 down.
And now it's time for the timeless moment, brought to you by Coors Banquet. On this date, look at 1993, former Angel Jim Abbott threw a no-hitter for the Yankees versus the Cleveland Indians at Yankee Stadium. What a moment that was for Abby. A no-hitter. The Yankees versus Cleveland. That lineup had a number of the big-time swingers in that lineup for Cleveland. You had Bell, you had Ramirez, Sandy Alomar Jr. They had that full lineup, but Jim Abbott, no-hitter, 1993.
Robinson Cano for 1 with a fly ball to left. Oh, 2. Robinson jumped on the first pitch last night against Alvarez in a fly ball to center. Behind now, and no balls, 2 strikes. 3 hits for the Angels, 2 for Seattle. A single by Seager in the second. That's the one that knocked Matt out of the game. Double by Marte with 2 outs. This was popped up to shallow center. Simmons looking for it. Trout comes in, calls him off, and it goes off his glove and falls in there. Instead of the second out of the inning, it's a single for Cano.
And so often we're seeing Simmons be able to get back and do not quite track that one off the bat. And Trout at the last second running in, trying to run that one down himself, playing deeper against Cano. Got to that baseball and just underneath his glove falls in front of him.
Almost looked like Trout went more into a defensive mode, thinking that there might be a little bit of collision there. Kind of veered off just enough.
Yeah, so often you see Simmons, he'll go back and track everything down into the shallow part of the outfield.
Cruz cues it foul.
Good changeup right away for Alvarez. Cruz looking fastball first pitch. The key against Cruz is make sure you stay away, especially down and away. Leads the majors with 118 home runs over the last 3 seasons.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And if you take a look at what Nelson Cruz does, as far as that's where he generates all that power. Middle in, and middle down. Away, it's had a tough time. Up and away, down and away. Very effective against Nelson Cruz.
Tied for 4th in home runs with 34. Trumbull leading the way with 41 at the start of the day. 0-2. This one's driven out towards center field. Towering shot, but it will stay in the yard. 2 down. Cano back to first. You leave the yards dead central and pitch away. Tip your cap to that guy. That's pure power.
Well, he's got tremendous power. We've talked about the last 3 seasons, 118 home runs for Nelson Cruz. And certainly, if you're an Angel fan, you've seen enough of those home runs against the Angels. But towards the end of the bat, kept it in the yard.
2 outs. The man at first for Seager. 1 for 1. Halos just trying to pick up their 2nd series win of the season against Seattle. The other was their first meeting here at Safeco, and the Angels came up here and swept them. Last time here, they got swept.
It's also had to be an odd feeling for Kyle Seager to come to the plate after his last at bat, that line drive back up the middle off a shoe. Certainly was struggling at first base for Seager, trying to clear his mind right now. Not real comfortable yet at the plate. And you can see him looking at Matt Shoemaker running down all the way down the line. Clearly concerned on that line drive back up the middle.
Count even up at 2-2. Trying to get the chase. Cano will take off on the next pitch. The only scoring in this game so far, 1st inning home runs by Pujols and Cron with 2 outs. Seattle's had 1 man reach scoring position. That was the 2-out double by Marte last inning. Payoff. Seager pulls a foul out in front. Cano again on the move. This one is off the plate for a walk.
And one thing really for Alvarez, that one stretch in which he struggled, is to be able to get that third out. He would get a couple quick outs, and before you know it, we're runners on now. 2 outs, first and second against Alvarez, facing another left-handed batter in Adam Lynn.
Lynn grounded into a double play in the second, so he's 0 for 1. First one's low. Their opponents have been 3-0-1 against Alvarez with 2 outs this year. Lefties have touched him to a 300 average. Cano standing at second base, Seager at first. Action beginning in the Angels' pen. Mike Moore just playing catch now, not yet on the mound.
Staying away like Alvarez is doing against Lindy. Ortega out left field. Has to be ready for something hit his way.
Two one. 3-1.
Pretty good pitch there.
Walk to Seager, the 14th walk Alvarez has had this year, but the 5th that has come with 2 outs. Trying to avoid another one. 3-1. And that's back-to-back walks with 2 outs. Loads them up. Talk about the lack of aggressiveness earlier this year. And all of a sudden starting to play nibble the strike zone. Charles Nagy is going to come out and pay a visit. A single and 2 walks. So now 6 of 15 walks have come with 2 outs for Alvarez this year. And another left-handed batter due up in Leonis Martin, and a guy that is certainly aggressive early in the count. You gotta be careful. He'll bum rush if you just go fastball right down the pipe.
Especially something upstairs. He's very good on elevated pitches. He's had a tough time this season against all-speed pitches. Martin only 181 batting average versus off speed.
The Angels cognizant of the fact that Martin will drop a bunt even in a situation such as this with 2 outs. Coward plays in on the grass. Leonis 1 for 9 this year with the bases loaded. Here comes the first one. It's outside.
And the last time with the bases loaded here at Safeco Field, thought he had a grand slam, but Mike Trout made an unbelievable play over the wall to catch it. Is that all speed?
Cano at third, Seager at second, Lind at first. There's a little flare out to right field. Cole comes in, makes the catch. We will head to the 5th with the Angels up 2-0. Halos up on the score of 2-0, and nice job by Cole Calhoun to come in and got a good jump on that ball hit by Martin to record the third out of the fourth, and no damage for Seattle. Iwakuma back out of the bump. Retired the side in order in the fourth, including a couple of strikeouts. Has 3 strikeouts overall in the game with a walk and 3 hits allowed. Jeff Bandy 1 for 1. Snapped an 0 for 19 with a single. His first at bat. Behind it 0-1.
Split finger fastball. Inner half of the plate. Very good zone for Jeff Bandy. That's the spot where he can drive it out. Much better batting average on the road for Bandy.
Ball and 2 strikes. Idetta trying to bring that one back in.
Going to go slider away here against Bandy.
This one's pulled out toward left field off the end of the bat. Long run for Smith. It'll fall in there for a 2-hit game. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
Jeff Bandy 2 for 2 after being 0 for his last 19. The Angels have hit 16 home runs in their last 6 games. Might be a time though to try to manufacture a run here after 2 runs in the first inning, both on solo shots.
Pennington a strikeout victim in the second. Seager in on the grass over at third.
We're just looking at some scores. Oakland's being no-hit again. That's back-to-back games that they've been no-hit at least through 5 innings. Rodriguez today. Porcello had a no-hitter into the 6th inning yesterday for Boston against the Oakland A's.
Houston knocked out Yu Darvish early. Darvish lasted just 4 innings, but Texas trying to battle back. One and 2.
The pitcher's duel going up in Minnesota. White Sox and the Twins. 11-10 in the 9th. Hey, Brian Dozier hit his 35th home run for Minnesota today. Big time numbers.
What's his batting average? 1-2. Pennington bounces one over to third. Seager to Marte to Lynn. That's a 5-6-3 double play. 2 down.
It's the second one we've seen in the game. 5-6-3. The Angels turn one also. And Dozier hitting 276.
Oh, he raised his average. 2 outs, bases clear. It was Rafael Ortega grounded into double play in the second. This hit to second. Handles are done here in the 5th. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. Still 2-0 Angels. I think 8-9-1 coming up for Seattle, and they will face a new pitcher as Mike Morin takes over here for Jose Alvarez. It's our in and out, who's in, who's out. Morin pitching in his 50th game this season. 2-2 mark and a 4.69 ERA.
Fastball is going to be 90-93 range for Mike Morin. Slider, very, very good changeup. Important to be able to establish the fastball first and foremost for Mike, and to be able to get hitters out in front with his changeup.
Back-to-back appearances for Morin. Pitched last night, going an inning, giving up a hit, striking out 1. Chris Iannetta, fly ball to center field in his first at bat.
That's an excellent changeup. First pitch, Iannetta, slider for strike. Excellent 71-mile-an-hour changeup. Mike Morin, head of the count, 0-2.
Here's the 0-2. This is hit towards second base. Pennington can't get it. Morin trying to sneak a fastball up and in. Chris picks up a leadoff single.
Continues to hit well against his former team. Mentioned a 400 batting average this season. 1 for 2 today.
Ketel Marte slapped a double down the left field line in his first plate appearance. 20th double of the year. He was stranded in scoring position. First one for a strike on the changeup. Alvarez, by the way, won an inning. Walked 2, gave up a hit. And no runs allowed. Hit towards short. One hopper to Simmons. He'll take it himself. 6-3 double play, 2 down.
And when it's your birthday and you get an arm like that, you can take that yourself on that one, run to the base, and it fires across to complete a 6-3 double play for Simmons.
So back to the top of the order now for Seattle. It's Ben Gamble coming up. 0 for 2 with a couple of punch outs. Ground ball to second. Pennington's got it. 5 in the books in Seattle. Halos with a 2-0 lead.
Of baseball. With 2 home runs in the first inning, 7 this series. It's an MLB record for a series of any length. The old record was 6 by the Cardinals in Colorado. First team ever with 2+ home runs in the first inning in 3 straight games. The Angels in the first inning. Albert Pujols hits his 29th, and then C.J. Cron picks up his 15th on back-to-back home runs in the first inning. That's 7 home runs in the first inning in the series, a major league record for the Halos here in Seattle. Not a home run hitting ballpark, at least not in the past.
It's played small this weekend as far as Angel hitters are concerned. Caleb Coward leading things off here in the 6th inning. He'll be followed by Cole Calhoun, then Mike Trout. Breaking ball misses. Coward lined out to Robinson Cano in the 3rd.
Pretty amazing. 2 major league records set in that first inning. Albert Pujols, the all-time record for first inning home runs with 134, and the Angels as a team, the major league record for first inning home runs, 7 of them in a series.
Hit towards second, and Cano can't get this one. Robinson robbed Cowart the first time. Caleb wins round 2. But to lead off single to start the 6th.
He continues to impress with his swing. He's really shortened up his swing, both the left side and the right side for Cowart.
I think he's a guy, and obviously a lot of things can happen between now and spring training that probably would take into consideration giving him a shot to win a job, perhaps at second base.
Helps that he can play a number of different positions for you also. And with that arm strength he has, even when you put him in the outfield, he still would have above average arm in an outfield position too, to go along with third, second, even some first base.
I mean, he looks like a completely different guy than what we saw in previous MLB call-ups. Just very calm now and relaxed.
Yeah, a lot of trust in his hands at the plate, and that's so important. The glove is certainly translated into a plus defender. It's about being able to swing the bat consistently enough.
Cole flips one out toward left center field. Martin coming on, and he'll fall in there for a hit. So the first 2 have reached to start the 6th inning.
My Hyundai key to this game with Mike Trout coming into play with 2 on, no out. Talked about Iwakuma. I stay away. Look for Trout to look for something out over the plate to try to drive the other way here, to have a little couple add-on runs against Seattle and Iwakuma.
Like a ground down and a walk. He's also been thrown out trying to steal.
That
67 pitches for Iwakuma so far.
That was a hanging slider, middle of the plate.
No balls, 2 strikes. Cowart taking a big lead at second base. Last pitch. Cano in the shift, playing more toward the middle, quasi shift if you will, trying to keep him honest.
Fastball way up and in.
Outfield straight around with Trout at the plate. Back-to-back singles by Cowart and Calhoun. Nobody out. 2-0 Angels. Only 2 runs coming on the home runs in the first. There's the 1-2. Down the chase upstairs, 1 out. The struggles for Trout against Hisashi Iwakuma continue.
If the fastball up and in the pitch before, most times as a hitter, you're looking down and away. And he backed it up with another fastball up and in and got a swing and miss.
There's Albert. Home run in the first, a strikeout in the fourth. Pujols now at 589 career home runs. We'll look at a strike. Albert saw a lot of stuff away in his 4th inning at bat. Went down chasing a slider. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, that was the pitch. You got him to swing and miss on the slider down and away. First pitch, 2-seamer, the run back on the outside corner. Looks like he wants to stay away with his 2-seamer and slider and split finger fastball.
Couple of innings ago, Iwakuma dealing with some discomfort, but certainly hasn't bothered him since. One. This 1-2. Ground ball through the hole on the left side, a base hit. Cowart is going to be waved in. Smith comes up firing. The throw to the plate is not in time. RBI single for Pujols, and it's 3-0 Angels.
Yeah, that good angle that Cowart came in down the line, was able to get that corner of the plate before the tag was applied by Iannetta. Pretty strong throw for Seth Smith. Look what Ron Renick did, challenge that arm, especially coming in on the baseball for Smith. Hit well by Albert, another RBI. And you're going to challenge Seth Smith with his throwing arm, especially when he's playing that left field position, a little different angle to throw the ball in as compared to right field. Big RBI single by Albert.
Calhoun at second, Pujols at first. Scott Service looking in. I'm not going to challenge it. Second RBI of the night, or the afternoon, I should say, for Albert. 108 now on the season. Crone 1 for 2. Homer in the first inning, a strikeout in the fourth. He'll hit one out toward right center field, tailing away from Martin and toward Gamble. It's Martin cuts in front of him, makes the catch, fires it to third. Cole advances.
Pretty dangerous play.
Yeah, I mean, he basically caught that in right field.
And that ball was drifting away from him in center, and Gamble right there. A very nasty collision. See how close that was.
First and third, 2 outs now. Andrelton Simmons at the plate.
Albert 58 RBI in his last 54 games.
Simmons 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. Punch and foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Simmons hits one out to center field. Martin is there. And he'll put it away for the third out. The Angels do add a run on the Pujols RBI single. We head to the bottom of the sixth. It's 3-0 now, Angels. The Angels and the Oakland A's will begin a 3-game series tomorrow and on Wednesday afternoon, a 12:35 start. Alex Meyer, the newest Angel, will make his Halo debut. He came over with Ricky Nolasco from the Minnesota Twins in exchange for Hector Santiago, and will get a starting nod here, and that would be Brett Oberholzer's spot in the rotation. And it looks like Meyer will get the rest of those spots in the month of September and go into spring training next year with a shot at a spot in the rotation. Here it's Cody Ege in the bottom of the 6th inning taking over for Mike Morin. Ege made his Angels debut Friday night. He gets to face Smith, Cano, and Cruz for Seattle here in the 6th. First one in for a strike.
And Ege fastball is going to be 85 to 89 range. Slider, changeup.
Alex Meyer, by the way, 6'9".
That's some height in this pitching staff.
Yeah, I would say it's some leverage.
Weaver going tomorrow, 6'7". And Ramirez, Guerra, some height in that staff now.
0-2 down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ege, a 25-year-old Iowa native. At the big leagues for the first time this year with the Marlins. 5 games, 3 innings, 4 runs, 8 hits. Claimed off waivers by the Angels. A little slow roller. Pennington has to charge it. 1 down.
Good pitch there. I'm out in front on a slider. Ground ball to second.
Robinson Cano 1 for 2. A fly ball to left and a single. Ege, Rangers 15th round pick in 2013, got traded to the Marlins last year for Sam Dyson. Part of the deal brought Sam Dyson to Texas. Drives this one out to deep right center field. Cole racing back, and this one's gone. Cano out to right center field, gets the Mariners on the board with his 31st home run of the season at 3-1 Angels.
Mislocation in that off-speed pitch. Pitch before, outside corner. This one, Bandy won it on the outside corner, but drifted on the inside part of the plate. Cano hit his 31st home run of the season, second hit of the game.
There's Nelson Cruz. Cruz 0 for 2 with a ground down and a fly ball to center. Ball and 2 strikes. "31 home runs for Cano, his career high 33 back in 2012 with the Yankees. And this one's out towards center field. He went down and got it, picks up a single.
Pretty good pitch there. Let's use the middle of the field to shorten up his swing.
One out, one on, and there's Kyle Seager, the third baseman. He's been on board twice with a single and a walk.
Seager's rolled into 16 double plays.
Nice block. Hard breaking ball down and away.
Real good job of being able to get in front of that one. Not an easy pitch to keep that in front of you. Break a ball in the dirt.
Seager takes a strike. Thought about pulling the trigger. Evens the count. Full count. Halos have Jose Valdez getting ready in the bullpen. Another left-handed batter, and Adam Lind on deck. 3-2. Seager lifts one out toward left. Ortega's there. 2 down. There's Jose. Kind of neutralizes the option of Scott's service going to Franklin Gutierrez. If he wanted to take Lind out of the game, or Dae-Ho Lee, either one. You got Martin, another left-handed batter on deck. Mariners team that has hit 12 points higher against right-handed pitching than lefties. Lindo for one, a double play ball in the second. He walked in the fourth. 3-1. Halos on top, bottom of the sixth.
Millman's exact same spot.
Yep.
And Lynn must be looking all speed. Got back-to-back fastballs. UG came in with a fastball. Needed to get back in the count. Now ahead of the count. Can throw that sweeping breaking ball.
1-2. Down goes Lynn. Iggy gives up the home run to Cano and nothing more. 6 complete. 3-1 Halos.
Series this afternoon from the Mariners, and so far so good, up 3-1 as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Ken French back with you, and we've been showing you throughout the course of the pregame show and the game a lot of Halo Red in the stands today, and I found a very cool fan here in Corey Prescott. He's from Idaho. He's never been to not only an Angels game but a Major League Baseball game in his life. How did it take you so long to get to a big league game?
You know, I don't know. I just haven't picked the actual stadium to go to, and just, you know, I've always wanted, my goal was to either go to Angels game or Braves game, and for my 35th birthday, my sister and brother-in-law bought me a baseball ticket for the Angels Mariners, and what a stadium to come to watch the Angels Mariners game.
Yeah.
I love it. It's amazing.
Couldn't have been a better day, and also you got a chance to see Albert Pujols hit a home run.
Oh my gosh, that's like a dream come true. You know, watching Pujols hit a home run, first at bat even. You know, it's like, holy cow. It's I told myself, I said, I just want to see either Pujols or Trout hit a home run, and what happens? Pujols hit first bat, home run.
Day is still young. You never know what's going to happen. Okay, Idaho Angels fans does not really translate for me very well. How did that go down?
Well, I became an Angels fan long time ago. Through marriage, I had a cousin that played for the Angels, Wally Joyner.
We've heard of him.
And, you know, I loved watching the Angels play, watching him play. I love watching the Angels on TV when Jim Abbott was pitching. You know, him and that one arm is just unreal, you know, and Wally Joyner, I learned all my first base skills from him, you know, and just watching him was just amazing.
Does Wally return your phone calls?
No. No.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. All right, so it's your first big league game. What's your favorite part so far about being here in a big league stadium?
Just the atmosphere. The atmosphere is amazing. The Mariner fans in general are really nice. You know, just being a gorgeous day. Being from Idaho, you don't see this a whole lot. I just love it here.
Okay, last question. Idaho, potatoes. Are other potatoes that much better in Idaho? And I heard there's a statue of a potato in Idaho.
There actually is, and yes, that is true. There's a little town called Blackfoot, Idaho, and they have a potato museum. And if anybody ever comes to Blackfoot, Idaho, and wants to see a statue of a potato, go to Blackfoot, Idaho, and you can see the statue of a potato.
Corey, thanks, man. Next road trip, Blackfoot, Idaho, to see the statue of the potato. On that note, fellas, I'll send it back up to you.
Frenchie, that's something that you, knowing you have selfie written all over it. Couple of spuds. Ortega 0 for 2, a double play ball and a ground down. He's got a man at scoring position. It's Jeff Bandy, who led off this inning with his 3rd hit of the game. So he's 3 for 3. First multi-hit game for Jets since he had a 4 for 5 game against Toronto up at the Rogers Center on the 24th.
By the way, I do love potatoes. You know me and my French fries.
It's a vegetable, right?
Yes.
Supposedly.
No, there's.
Two-0 count. Caleb Coward on deck. Shadow behind home plate starting to creep toward that area. A little deeper in this game. Little flare out toward left center field. Smith got a good jump on it. Is there. 2 down.
Coward's coming to the plate. He's had 2 really good swings against Iwakuma. Line drive to Robinson Cano, made a nice play, and then eventually a base hit, his 2nd at bat.
Gallo down 13 for 48 on the year. Starting third baseman today, Escobar not in the lineup. Hit with the first pitch of the game last night. Cue shot foul. Oh, what count. Nice catch by a young fan with his hat. Looked it all the way into the cap. Bandy still at second.
Now behind the count, one thing we've seen from Caleb Coward of late will shorten up that swing to try to make contact. Behind in the count can be important now for Bandy to get a good secondary lead to score on a single into the outfield.
Blocked by Anaheim. Keeps Bandy over at second base. Really slowing things down here in the 7th. The 1-2. Coward will go down swinging. Inetta goes down to Lynn to complete the strikeout, and we will head to the bottom of the 7th with the Angels still up 3-1. September 18th at 12:35 p.m. for Salute to Kids Day. Kids in attendance will have the chance to win great prizes courtesy of OGO, Topps Trading Cards, and Body Armor Sports Drink. Visit angels.com/promotions and get your tickets. It's the bottom of the 7th. Halos up 3-1. And with the bottom third of the order coming up, J.C. Ramirez is brought in by Mike Scioscia to face this part of the order. J.C. pitching in his 32nd game with the Angels. 1-0 mark at 3.34 ERA. 23 strikeouts, 9 walks in 32 and a third innings. Leonis Martin to lead things off, 0 for 2. Ground out in the 3rd and a fly ball to right in the 4th. And 4th inning out a big one because the bases were loaded with 2 outs. First one's up and away.
Hear that sound of the fastball from Ramirez. 95, 99 range with good movement. It will either cut or sink. Slider, split finger fastball.
Ramirez, the 5th reliever, used by Mike Scioscia since Shoemaker was hit on the line drive by Seager, taken out of the game as Martin leads off this inning with a single. And we'll bring up Chris Iannetta. Got to be aware of Leonys Martin, 16 stolen bases, leads the Mariners. He's been caught 5 times, off to a big lead right from the get-go. Iannetta 1 for 2 as he cuts through the fastball.
And he's been very good as far as throwing out base stealers, over 40%.
Martin took off and Ramirez had that ball sail over the head of Bandy into the backstop. That's a stolen base. It's not really giving your catcher much of a shot.
Right out of the hand to the backstop in the air.
I'll give Iannetta something to think about.
Not too often you can see from an angle there to be able to track a pitch to the backstop.
I wonder what that looks like on StatCast.
That's changing the eye level to a new level. Even for a camera, very difficult to track that one.
The best is Ramirez looking at his hand, like the hand did something the body didn't want him to do.
That's usually a pitch I tried early on, the first pitch, warming up.
Well, that's different, right? That's different. The guy's trying to track you in the on deck circle.
Yeah. So, whoa, this guy's a little bit wild. I'm not digging in.
1-1. 2 balls and a strike.
Ramirez can get a strikeout big time. They're able to get one right now and not only get the out, but you keep our team from advancing on a ground out or a fly ball out.
Foul back. That one got Jet pretty good. Count remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff single for Leonys Martin and a stolen base. Marte on deck. Iannetta takes what should have been a call strike 3. Instead, it's ball 3 and a full count.
And that pitch touched the upper part of the strike zone.
Pretty close to being a balk.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out why J.C. Ramirez is so enamored with Martin at second base.
It looked like when you get in that stretch position, you break your hands before you spin around. You got to make that turn towards second.
Almost like he was going to keep that foot on the rubber even though he spun. Three-two. Fouled off again.
And Ed has already seen 8 pitches. It'll be the 9th pitch of this at bat. Brian Ed against Ramirez.
Called strike 3. Down goes Iannetto. 1 down.
Yeah, good pitch there. Challenge him in a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, getting the upper part of the strike zone. A little late movement. Definitely a strike.
Yeah, should have been rung up a couple of pitches ago on a better pitch. First down here in the 7th. Here's Marte, a double and a double play ball. Breaking ball.
Throw this one into the press box.
One and two. Houston ended up beating Texas today 7-6. They pick up a game in the standings in the West. Now 9.5. It's one of the few wins they've had this year against the Rangers.
Also just trying to keep those hopes up for the wild card too. 5 games back.
Tigers beat Kansas City 6-5. Cleveland leading the division. American League Central trailing Miami 2-0 in the 7th. Yankees beat Baltimore. The start of the day, Boston and the Blue Jays tied atop the American League East. Here it's 3-1 Angels. Martin at second base. Marte now with a 2-2 count.
With that win, the Astros now 3-13 this season against the Rangers.
Houston 5 back in that second wild card spot prior to that win. A slap foul, and that got into the seats quickly. Hopefully everybody's all right. Still a 2-ball 2-strike count. Chopper towards second. Pennington's got it on 2 hops. 2 away. Martin ends up at third. MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, delivers everything you've come to expect and more. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD on over 400 supported devices. It includes a free subscription to At-Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. 2 outs and a man on, and here is Ben Gamble. 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts and a ground out.
Pretty good slider there. What we've seen from Gamble is very good eye at the plate, pretty good idea of the strike zone. Just guessing fastball first pitch, got a nasty slider down and in.
This is hit to Calvert, and that's the third out of the inning. 7 complete, and the Angels maintain their 3-1 lead.
So far, so good at 3-1 over the Seattle Mariners as we head to the top of the 8th inning. Ken Fringe back with you. And don't forget, following this one, it's Angels Live, presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Myself, Jose Mota, bring you all the highlights and interviews from this afternoon and show you the home runs. 2 more today. They've hit 9 in this series. One of those today by Albert Pujols. He's got 6 homers over his last 11 games. And of course, guys, we're going to keep you updated on Matt Shoemaker, who's currently at a local hospital getting a CT scan after he was hit in the head in the 2nd inning. That much more on the post-game show. But right now, we'll send it back upstairs to you.
Thanks a lot, Kent. As we begin this 8th inning, a new pitcher on for the Seattle Mariners. It's Dan Altavilla, pitching for the 2nd time in this series, a 23-year-old right-hander. And former 5th-round pick by the Mariners. Has gone 2 scoreless in 4 career games. Altavilla pitching at Double-A this year. 7-3 with a 1.91 ERA in 43 games. At 16 saves, 65 strikeouts at 56 2/3 innings.
He definitely has a power fastball, 94 to 98 range, and slider.
Top of the order, Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols. Ground ball over to first. Lynn's got it. 1 pitch, 1 out to start this 8th inning. Hisashi Iwakuma, 7 innings, 8 hits, 2 of which were home runs, 5 strikeouts, a walk, 3 runs, all 3 earned.
Might be one of those at bats for Trout where he's sitting first pitch and lets it go.
First pitch in there for a strike. One at one. Trout today 0 for 2. Ground out a walk and a strikeout. Altavilla, product of Mercyhurst College, Erie, Pennsylvania. Or Scooby likes to point out, Eastern Ohio.
Yeah.
It's down low. 3-1.
Pujols had a big game, 2 RBI, including a home run in the first.
So Mike's shaking his head. Pitch that would have been borderline on the inside part of the plate.
Last at bat, back-to-back fastballs in. I wonder if Iannetta will sit up back inside once again. He is setting up in. And he threw it back in off the plate this time.
That shadow still creeping toward the plate area. Still fine right now. These are the guys that are really tough to hit. Guys you're unfamiliar with, good fuzz. You just hope they've got good control.
Back in again.
There's ball 4. So Pujols will bat with 1 out, a man on.
Just a little bit off the inside corner and above the strike zone. Second walk of the game for Trout. Now 95 walks on the season. On base percentage coming into the game, .439 for Trout. That's 30 points higher than Jose Altuve, which is second in the American League in that category.
Albert 2 for 3 with a home run and a single. He'll line this one out the left center field, make that a 3-hit game for Pujols, jumping on that first pitch. 2 on, 1 out, and Crone coming up.
Well, he's really creating some great leverage, that lower part of his body. The line out went into left center field. In that foot down. Really utilizing that lower part of his body, keeping his hands back and threw the baseball so quickly. He has been on fire of late. Mentioned those 58 RBI in the last 54 games for Pujols.
It's a 9th game this year in which he's had 3 or more hits. Last time he did it on August 21st against the Yankees. First one to Crone. He fouls it back. CJ 1 for 3. Had a solo home run in the first inning.
Well, you project that 54 games out overseas. That's a third of a season with 58 RBI. That's well over 170 RBI on a season. If you project that for a full season, that's how hot he's been. Trout steals third.
And Albert will get the second with a slide.
22nd stolen base of the season for Trout. But Trout got a huge jump. See him barely in that background on that slider in the dirt. Big of a jump that Trout had. No chance they were going to throw him at, even if Iannetta was able to scoop that low slider.
Force the infield in. 22nd stolen base for Trout. Here's the 1-1. Broke his bat and fouls it off 1-2. Altavilla, not a big guy, listed at 5'11". He's a stocky guy, though. Strong. Breaking ball got Crone. 2 outs.
Pretty sharp slider, too, to go on the fastball. Mid to upper 90s.
So the infield will drop back to normal depth. Simmons coming to the plate.
See if Simmons can pick up a base hit on his birthday, driving a couple runs.
Andrelton is 0 for 3. Couple of ground outs and a fly ball to center. Chopper left side. That'll sneak through for a base hit. Trout will score. Pujols stopped at third base. And it is 4-1. Albert's coming home. Cano will throw him out easily.
But a base hit and RBI for Simmons on his birthday.
So we'll head to the bottom of the 8th. It's 4-1 Halos. Run on the Angels and Simmons RBI single. Albert getting thrown out at the plate to finish off the inning.
He gets that base hit by Seager for an RBI single for Simmons on his birthday. Seth Smith is getting it into the cutoff man. Albert trying to sneak a run across, but Cano always ready to make the play. Perfect throw to the plate to get Albert Pujols on the tag. JC Ramirez back out to the mound.
Second inning of work for JC. Smith, Cano, and Cruz here in the 8th. JC worked around a leadoff single in the 7th. Seth Smith 0 for 3 with a strikeout and a couple of groundouts. One and two. Chopper over to third. Boy, that took a wicked hop. Coward stays with it, one away.
A tough hop and then a long throw across the diamond with that arm strength of Coward. Able to throw out Seth Smith, get the first out of the inning.
There's Robinson Cano's had a 2 for 3 game. Homered in his last at bat. That was off of Cody Ege. 31st home run hit by Robinson, his 84th RBI. Chopper, and this one over to Simmons. 2 down. Mariners have Drew Storen getting ready. He'll pitch the ninth. Just activated off the disabled list. Angels have Bandy, Pennington, and Ortega due up in the top of the ninth. Jet looking for a 4-hit game. There's Drew.
Not an easy task for a hitter right now. As good as Cruz has been against the Angels, dealing with Ramirez throwing upper 90s, dealing with the sun to the shadow on the pitch.
One and two.
And that's the part of the strike zone where Cruz has had a tough time.
Foul back. Halo's got two in the first. Back-to-back home runs by Pujols and Cron. Matt Shoemaker had a 1-2-3 first inning, retired the first batter, Nelson Cruz in the second. And Kyle Seager on a 3-2 pitch lined one off the right side of Shoemaker's head. Knocked him out of the game. Laceration. Had to go to the hospital for CT scan. It's been a bullpen game since, and Cruz goes down and gets this one. He'll homer for the third straight game on a 1-2 pitch. And it's 4-2 Angels. 35th home run of the season for Nelson Cruz.
Breaking ball stayed middle down. And Cruz continues to hit the home run ball against the Angels. Now 36 career home runs, 35th on the season, and backed up on Ramirez.
They got knocked down a wedge swing. Still able to get it out. Now here's Seager. Kyle 1 for 2 with that base hit in the second. We were just talking about a walk and a fly ball to left. Mentioned Ramirez being the 5th reliever because of Shoemaker getting knocked out in the second inning. Should the score hold, it's up to the official score as does his discretion. He pitched the most effective, if you will, for the W, and I would imagine Deolis Guerra would be the guy hitting in 2/3. Everyone else has gone one except Ramirez is trying to finish up his second inning of relief. One ball with strike.
Cruz has hit homered in 4 straight now against the Angels. I think part of the reason because that breaking ball backed up and went on the middle end part of the plate, the zone where Cruz can hit the ball out of the yard.
Two balls, one strike. Halos with 10 hits, Seattle with 8. Seager lines one out to center field. Trout had to deal with the sunshine there for a sec. Makes the catch, and we will head to the ninth with the Angels up 2.
Top of the ninth, pitching change for Seattle. Drew Storen in the game now for Seattle. Iwakuma started at the Villa. Last inning, gave up a run. Now Storen in the game for Seattle as the Angels trying to add on here, lead this one 4-2. Storen will be his 49th game combined between Toronto and Seattle. ERA just under 6 at 5.77. He has 3 saves. First game in the majors since August 19th.
Jet Bandy 3 for 3 today. Will come up looking for his second career 4-hit game. All 3 singles for Bandy. Came into play today over his last 19. Certainly snapped out of that. 3 infielders on the left side with Jet at the plate. Storen's first one is fouled back.
Yeah, Storen's fastball is 90-93 range. Slider, throws a lot of sliders and changeup. Got a pretty good couple swings here against Storen for Jet Bandy. Going to pick up that second 4-hit game of his career. Did it back on August 24th in Toronto.
Altavilla went 1 inning, gave up a run on a couple of hits, struck out 1, walked 1. Now Storen here in the ninth. Storen thought he had the outside part of the plate. He didn't. 2-2. Full count. Halos have Andrew Bailey getting ready in the bullpen. The rookie of the year. Hit the bottom of the ninth, trying to close it out. 3-2. Pitch, and goes down swinging. 1 out.
Kind of a hanging breaker ball, but Bandy just pulled off on that pitch, unable to make contact.
There's Andrew. Last big league save, 2013. Pennington 0 for 2. Had a sack bottom of the 7th, his last plate appearance. Now the 2-0. This is pulled and blocked by Adam Lynn. 2 down. Nice play by the first baseman. Good read.
If he wants to make that play, that's at least a double for Pennington down the line. Good reaction, able to catch that line drive from Pennington by Adam Lynn. Gamble was playing way away from the line.
Rafael Ortega 0 for 3 today, starting left fielder. 0-2. Ground ball to third. Seager has it across the diamond. We'll head to the bottom of the ninth inning with the Angels up 4-2. For the ninth inning, and Mike Sush will hand the ball off to Andrew Bailey, who made his debut a couple of nights ago for the Angels. Andrew's been looking to make his pick up his first save since June 15th, 2013, while a member of the Boston Red Sox, when he picked up the save, a 5-4 win over the Baltimore Orioles for the former 2009 American League Rookie of the Year as a member of the Oakland Athletics.
Bailey fastball, 90-94, cut fastball, curveball.
Lynn, Martine, and Iannetta. No balls, 2 strikes. Adam Lynn today, double play ball, a walk and a strikeout, so he's 0 for 2. Downstairs, 1-2. Bailey went 1 inning Friday night. 1 strikeout. Pitching for Philadelphia this year, 33 games out of the pen before the Angels picked him up. There's the 1-2. Fouls it. J.C. Ramirez went 2 innings. Gave up a run, a couple of hits, including home run, and 1 strikeout, no walks. So the Angels trying to piece this one together for Matt Shoemaker. Got knocked out of the game on a line drive off the bat of Kyle Seager. Received no other word other than the laceration and the fact that he had to go to the hospital Their CT scan, pardon me. Leah chops this one into the shift. That's Pennington out of the grass. One down.
An all-important first out, that ground ball. Pennington in that outfield grass. Look at that series in Oakland. 2-day games and a night game. Oakland won today on a walk-off 1-0 victory against Boston Red Sox today.
Martin takes a strike. One for three, had a leadoff single in his last at bat, and that was in the 7th. One to one. Out towards center. John is there dealing with that sunshine, and he'll put it away for round number 2. Daeho Lee will come up and pinch hit, appears, for Chris Iannetta. Halos one out away, picking up the series win. Lee, a .260 average through 90 games this year. 13 home runs, 44 RBIs. As a pinch hitter, 6 for 19 with 2 blasts, 7 runs batted in. Swing and a miss on a high fastball.
Good fastball there for Bailey. Mentioned not that upper 90s anymore, but still firm at 90-94 range. Cut fastball very good also, and that curveball.
0-1. This one's fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes. We're figuring that the Olascara would be the pitcher of record, coming on a relief of Shoemaker and going inning in 2/3, but if we don't get it to you before we're off the air, I'm sure Ken French and Jose Mota will get it to you. Angels Live coming up next. 0-2 pitch. Lee, chopper over towards short. Simmons has it. Light that baby up as the Angels take the series from the Seattle Mariners today. The final 4-2. Scary moment for the Angels early on with Matt Shoemaker, but Albert Pujols and C.J. Cron with back-to-back home runs, taking the Angels to the early lead. It's a 4-2 win. Stick around. Angels Live postgame is coming up next.